Hi, my name is Chris and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing CSS Battle Daily Target for July 6, 2025. Okay, normally I solve these before I make these videos, but this one popped up and it looks so easy that I'm just going to go for it and see if I can do this on this video correctly on the first try. So as always, we're going to try to get a general approach of what we want to use here to get the correct layout for this target. And I'm really seeing two ways to do this, with flex and with grid. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do both of those right now, but let's start off by doing grid, just because I'm not as strong as grid, so I figured it'd be a nice challenge. Okay, so we're gonna need how many elements here? We're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 elements. So, oops, I'm sorry, messed up. So I'm gonna label my divs with letters of the alphabet to cut down my character count. Okay, there's our 5 divs, and we're going to comment out every one but the first one. When we're doing grid, I find it best to comment all those out and then uncomment them as we get to them. So first thing we need to do is the body. Have a background of the bluish, grayish color here. The body does have a default margin on it. We're going to need to reset it because we're going all the way to the edge on these two elements. So I'm going to set that to 0. If you notice, that div jumps to the very end, the very edge. Let's say display grid. Okay, and then how many rows do we need? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So grid templates rows, and I'm gonna guess that these are about 40 pixels high. So that being said, you're gonna have 40, 40, 40, 120 minus 300 divided by 2. So what is that? That's 180, 90. So the first row I'm going to guess is 90 pixels. And then we said the next row we were guessing is 40 pixels. And then that's another 40 pixels. I suppose I could use the repeat function there, but I'm not going to right now. And then grid, template, columns. Whoops. There we go. So we've got 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 columns. Okay, so this looks, if that's 40, this is 40 as well. So we're going to say 40 pixels. I'm going to guess this is 20 pixels. This looks like those added together. And then this looks like 120. Actually, I got a better way to do this. If this is correct, then the other side is a mirror image of it, so it's going to be the same. What am I doing? I'm messing this up. 60, oops. 60, and then...
What would you like to convert from?
Oop, sorry. Siri just went off. And then 40 pixels. Cool. And then so we need to say, okay, 40, 80, 140. You got 400 here divided by 2. 200. So I'm going to say this is 80. And I already can tell that that is wrong. Is that? Yeah, that is not correct. At least I don't think it is. Doesn't matter right now. We're going to test this all out in a second here. So next thing I need to do is give all those divs a background of this yellow color. And let's see. B, C, D, and finally E. Cool. Okay, so, all right, so this is good news. It looks like our first column is correct, but it looks like our first row is too big. Because what happens with grid is if you don't specify where you're going to put it, it'll put it in the first row in the first column by default. And so now I can just check all the rows. I'm sorry, I'm reading the columns first. So grid. Sorry, my laptop's acting up because I'm making a video. We gotta figure that one out. Grid column. And then 2. That looks correct. Grid column 3. And that looks a little off. So grid column 3, we have it 60 pixels. I think it should be 65. Is that right? That's right. So that means this would be 65. And then let's see. And that is definitely wrong. So that 80. I think it's 65 times 3. So 130. Let's start with 130. 30. That's not right. And I should be using math here. What am I thinking? So 60, 40 plus 20 is 60, plus 60 is 125. 200 minus 125. No. Oh, yeah. 200 minus 125. 75 times 2. Right? There we go. Okay, so what was I doing there? All right, so I was saying the width is 400 pixels, right? So if we just think of half of that, you have 200. So I said 40 plus 20 plus 65 is 125. So 200 minus 125 is 75. And multiply that by 2 because that's only going to give you half, and then that gives you 150. So there you go. All right, our columns are all correct. Next thing we need to do is we need to check all the rows. So grid row, I believe, yeah, 1 is already correct. Yeah, that's cool. Grid row 1, grid row 2. It's a little bit off. So this should be 45, and then this should be 45. And then I'm already going to guess something like that, right? Cool. Is that correct? Yes, that's correct. Grid row 3, and that's going to be a little bit bigger like I suspected. I believe, so this is 80, 60 plus 90, so 160 plus 90, 60 plus 90, it's 250, so this is going to be 50. And that's correct, and we're good. Okay. So now this is pretty simple. What we need to do is, first of all, A, B, D, and E are all on grid row 3. So we can take care of that right away. B, D, and E are all at good row 3. And then C is going to be kind of the wild card here. So C is going to be grid row 2. So it's going to be 2, 3, 4. So 2 through 5. Cool. Now let's comment this stuff out and see what happens here, because I can already tell you we're not going to like our default values here. Yep. So let's go to B. This needs to be grid column 3. Yep. And then C is grid column 4, and these should be all together. Almost there. Just go make this a D, and then this is grid column 5. Finally, E is grid column 7. All right, when we uncomment these elements, we should have everything in place. And we do. Fantastic. Is that perfect? It is. All right, good. So let's get rid of all our comments. We're going to get rid of first we're going to put all these divs on one line. Hitting Command D on a Mac to highlight all the divs. Put the style tag on the first line. Now we get rid of all the white space. Hit delete. Let's submit it. And there you go. 100% match with a score of 610.8. Okay. I got time to go ahead and try flex with this. Let's give that a shot too. So for flex, we're going to have this element. We're going to have a container for this element, this element, this element, and then this element again. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements. Okay. Div A. What am I doing? That doesn't need anything inside of it, so copy that. Make this B. And then inside B, we've got another element C, and then D, and then we got C again, because those are the same. And then we've got A again, because that's the same. So let's get into style tag, and start with the body. Sorry about that, my laptop is locking up. Backgrounds. Did I use it wrong? Nope, I didn't. Good. Yeah, my laptop's really starting to get buggy here. Backgrounds. Bluish gray. Margin. I'm going to reset that margin again. 0. And then we can say display flex, and we're going to need align items, center, and then this little space here, if I remember from the last example, I think it was 20 pixels. I've got such a bad memory, whatever. So we're going to give it a gap of 20 pixels because the gap is going to be these little spaces here, right? Then, and I'm going to just back up real quick here, and this will help cut down on our code. Grab that. And we're going to put it up here. And then we're going to also include A in this party, because it's going to do the same thing. All right, good. Next thing we got to do is give all the let's do all the background colors. So A, I didn't want to do it like that, but whatever. A, C, and D all have a background. Jeez. This yellowish color. Okay, so I'm going to do D first because it's in the middle. And what was this? This was 150 by 150. I don't know. Let's try that. This will go pretty quickly at this point. 150. And this did not work out the way I planned it. Oh, I know why. It's 140. I know. I was hoping this would be centered, but I didn't use justified contents in the body because we didn't need it, because the elements are covering the width of the body, so we don't need that. We could put it in just for testing, though. I mean, I'll get rid of it. That's probably the best way to do this. I'll get rid of it later. Okay, so now we can see that our height is good. Our width is too much. So width is 130. I'm getting tired. Oh, that's because it's too little. There we go. Jeez. All right, so let's look at C. I believe that had a height of, I'm going to say 50. Why did that jump up there? That is strange. Width of 70. Oh, no, we're good. No, we're not. Why is this? I know why. I got the wrong one in there. There we go. Okay. And now our width is too much. So we're going to say 60. Too little. 65. There you go. Then finally, almost there. cut this out. Do that. And then we just got to give A some width. And we are there. Width 50. That's it. Look at that, we did it. Okay, 379 characters, 416 characters. I'm kind of liking grid better at this point myself. Maybe I'm just getting tired. But I think it was a little bit simpler to figure out. Okay, so let's see how when our character count comes down. Oh, that beats it. That really destroyed it. We just improved by what, like 80 characters? All right, let's see if our score goes up with the 79 less characters. Oh, it really did. Jumped up 12 points. That's pretty unusual. All right, fantastic. You know, the character count obviously is less for Flex, but I gotta say, I thought Grid was a little bit simpler to figure out. My personal opinion. All right, well, thank you for watching this video. If you want to see more like these, please like and subscribe to my channel. Enjoy the rest of your day.